Have you ever come across a law so out there you thought, no way, that can't be real? Well, you'd be surprised. Some of the strangest rules on Earth actually have some pretty smart and sometimes downright fascinating stories behind them. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look at these bizarre laws and the incredible reasons they exist. All right, let's kick things off with a law that seems to go against the very fabric of reality, a rule that tries to ban something that's going to happen to every single one of us. I know, it sounds completely ridiculous. I mean, how on earth could you enforce a law against dying? Who exactly are you going to punish? Well, believe it or not, in this small town in Italy, the mayor did exactly that. He issued an official order making it illegal for residents to die inside the town limits. So what in the world was going on there? Here's where the absurdity becomes pure genius. This wasn't about punishing anyone. The town cemetery was literally full. So the mayor used this bizarre decree as a brilliant political stunt to grab headlines and force the government to approve a new one. And guess what? It totally worked. Okay, so from clever protests, let's shift gears. Now we're going to look at laws that started with really good intentions, but ended up sounding, well, just plain bizarre when you hear them today. Yep, you heard that right. Let it sink in for a second. Not your front pocket, not a bag, specifically your back pocket. It sounds like a law written by someone who just really hates doing laundry. That's the question, isn't it? Why would anyone need to make a law about that? Was this a huge problem? Were people just constantly walking around with melting desserts in their pockets? Well, kinda, but not for the reason you think. Get this, it was all about stealing horses. Back in the 19th century, a smart thief could pop an ice cream cone in their back pocket, and a horse would smell it and just follow them right down the street. No rope, no bridle. If the thief got caught, they could just play dumb, right? Hey, I'm not stealing him, he's just following me. So the law wasn't really about the ice cream at all. It was about shutting down the scam. So we've gone from horse thieves to fish bowls. That's right. In the ancient city of Rome, those classic little round goldfish bowls you see in cartoons are totally against the rules. It seems like such a weirdly specific thing to outlaw. And this one actually comes from a really good place. Back in 2005, Rome decided that these bowls are just plain cruel. Scientists pointed out that the curved glass completely distorts a fish's view of the world, which is incredibly stressful. Plus, they don't provide enough oxygen, and the fish are just forced to swim in endless circles. So this strange little law is actually all about animal rights. All right, now let's take a look at a couple of places that take public order to a whole other level. We're talking about rules that might seem extreme to us, but are a huge part of their national identity. Chewing gum. Seems pretty harmless, right? An everyday thing for millions of people. But in the famously pristine nation of Singapore, just having it can get you in some serious trouble. We're talking a fine that can go as high as 1,000 Singapore dollars. That's about 750 US dollars. That is a very expensive piece of gum. So why the harsh rule? Well, back in the day, vandals were sticking their used gum all over the sensors on subway doors. It was causing massive delays and costing the government an absolute fortune in repairs. So in the name of ultimate efficiency and cleanliness, they just banned it. From keeping things clean to keeping things quiet, over in Switzerland, a country known for its peaceful, tranquil vibes, that sense of peace extends right into your own home. And what you see on the right, well, that can be a source of major neighborhood conflict. I'm serious. While it's not a national law, many apartment buildings have a strict rule against flushing the toilet after 10 p.m. Why? To avoid waking the neighbors. It's a powerful social custom that's all built around a deep respect for quiet and order. You know, sometimes a law is passed for a very specific reason in a very specific time, and then everyone just kind of forgets to take it off the books. But the law itself sticks around, leading to some truly outdated rules that are technically still real. Take the original War on Christmas. No, really. In the 17th century, the Puritan government in England actually banned Christmas celebrations. They saw it as this decadent pagan party. For 13 years, people had to hold secret feasts with illegal turkey until the king came back to power and finally made Christmas legal again. Now, for what might be the most unbelievable example of an old law sticking around. In Paris, yes, Paris, the fashion capital of the world, it was technically illegal for a woman to wear pants. This law went all the way back to the 1800s,
and said women had to get a special permit from the police if they wanted to dress like a man. Of course, everyone ignored it for over a century, but it wasn't officially taken off the books until 2013. Just think about that. A law from the age of horse-drawn carriages survived into the age of the smartphone.
To wrap things up, let's look at a rule that isn't written in any law book. Instead, it's enforced by something far more powerful and sometimes far more dangerous: culture itself. You definitely know these lyrics. It's an anthem of pride, of self-reliance. But in one country, singing this song out loud can be a fatal mistake. This is the chilling phenomenon known as the My Way killings. Karaoke is a massive deal in the Philippines, but this one song has been connected to a shocking number of murders. The theory is that the song's triumphant, almost arrogant lyrics, mixed with a bit of alcohol and maybe a less than perfect performance, creates a perfect storm for violence. It's gotten so notorious that many karaoke bars have just banned the song to keep the peace. So from clever protests to animal safety, from extreme politeness to out-of-date fashion rules, these strange laws are like a mirror. They show us a society's values, its fears, and its history. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What common rules we all live by today will seem completely baffling to people 100 years from now.